It's beefy, baby.
Hey.
My name is Luke Hodson.
Alex Morrison.
Hey.
You ready? I'm ready.
It's a movie podcast.
Hey.
Let's get it.
Hey.
Grease-soaked mess.
It's a movie podcast.
Hey. Rated PG-13. Hey.
Your mom didn't make that casserole.
Beef.
Okay, everybody, we made it. We're here. Hi, hello.
Hi there.
We got cameras.
We have a camera.
Hopefully, we get to post it.
This is not our permanent setup.
This is fucking garbage. This whole thing has been ass.
No.
We're going to be very honest. This has all been maybe the most frustrating day of the Bucket of Beef show we've ever had.
I don't think it's been that bad.
I think it hasn't been bad, but frustrating for sure.
Damn.
Well, we're here.
It's going to be a heated one. And it's so hot in this room without the AC.
Yeah.
But we will endure.
We do.
We will do what we can to survive.
Endure. Welcome to the 24th episode of the Bucket of Beef Show. My name is Alex Morrison.
My name is Luke Hodson. And guess what, guys?
Huh?
We have a video recording of this
Yeah.
podcast, so we actually have to be attentive.
We're attentive when we do it.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Are you not attentive
I'm
when
so
you do
attentive. I pay the utmost attention.
it? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you lying?
No.
All right. I'll take that at face
I got my
value.
glass of water. I'm ready to go.
So...
This, all of our video equipment was brought to you by the patrons.
The patrons!
Of the Bucket of Beef Show. Shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
If you want to be a patron yourself, you can subscribe at patreon.com/bucketofbeefshow.
Yeah, where you can get exclusive content. That's what we got.
Exclusive content.
How you doing?
I'm so sweaty already.
You're sweating already?
Yeah, dude. It's
Shockingly,
so
I'm
hot
like
in here.
doing okay right now.
It's
I'm,
so
like,
hot in
not
here. This
bad.
has been like the summer of sweat for me. Like I just start and then I like once I start once in the day, I just won't stop. Like no matter what, I will just continue to sweat.
Yeah.
And it's not the greatest experience.
It's not the greatest experience.
No.
I understand. So, question of the day.
Do you have one?
I can come up with one.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Would you...
Stop jingling your bag.
I didn't... It was an accident.
Why are you even wearing it right now?
Because I found it in your room. It's been missing for like 6 months. My contacts are in here. I've been blind.
You never even asked where your bag was.
Yes, I did. I can show you the text message receipts, bitch.
Damn.
Okay. Question time. Open the question and see what's inside. Would you rather...
Yes.
Okay, that answers the
What would I
question.
rather? I would rather
Would
one.
you rather take snakes on a plane or take snakes
Off of a plane?
on a roller coaster and go?
I mean, I guess I would have to if they're the same venomous snakes as the venomous snakes on this snakes on a plane. I would much rather be on an airplane than on a roller coaster.
Okay.
I think. I mean, how many are in the roller coaster?
As many as there were in the plane.
I would pick. Maybe I'd do a roller coaster. As many as there were on the plane.
Yeah.
I'm just covered in snakes. There's no hope for me.
I mean, there could be hope.
I would want to pick a roller coaster that went upside down immediately.
Okay.
So they would all just fall
Let's
out.
pretend it's the Top Thrill Dragster.
You act
You
like
just
I
get
know
the
that.
up and down.
Okay. I guess
You've
I'll
never
do
been to
that.
the Top Thrill Dragster?
I've never been to Cedar Point.
What?
Period. Never.
No way.
Never been to Cedar Point.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's terrible.
That's abhorrent.
I know. Isn't it bad?
That's not good.
Yeah.
Is that...
So maybe I pick, I still pick the plane, I think. Because I'll just hide in the bathroom. But I guess that didn't really work in the movie.
It didn't.
Because they were just everywhere. They were in every crack and crevice.
Okay, so that's the question.
Yeah.
We watched Snakes on a Plane, 2006.
Which is shocking to me that Snakes on a Plane came out in 2006. Like, I remember being a kid and being like, that really old movie, Snakes on a Plane. I thought
it just came out.
Yeah,
and the posters are everywhere.
I
Man,
assumed
that
it
old
like
fucking movie.
I assumed it like came out in like 1996 or something.
That's funny.
And people just thought it was really goofy and really liked it, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
How we running the synopsis this time?
I think you should just do a good old-fashioned synopsis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think we should. I kind of like what we've been doing.
No.
No?
I don't have the energy.
Yes, you do.
Okay, let's try.
We gotta try.
Let's try.
We have to try.
Okay.
If we don't try, what are we doing here? I want someone to edit this into a motivational video with quick cuts to people working out and staring out off the edge of a mountain. Ready? Here we go.
This is me staring off the edge of a mountain.
You gotta work. You have to work.
I can't. I'm peeking the microphone.
Because if you don't work, someone else will do it for you. We persevere because we have to, not because we want to. Wants are unnecessary. Needs are important. And that's what you have to do. Fight.
There's too many snakes on this plane.
Fight, goddammit.
It. I can't, sir.
Rip them up, motherfucker.
There's too many snakes on the plane.
You know what you have to do.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't.
So if someone could,
how was that? Was that supposed to be the synopsis?
No.
Or was that
I want
just...
people to edit that into a motivational video, like the ones you see on Instagram. And
oh, because we're filming now.
Yeah. Someone. Well, no. I mean, someone can just edit the audio, and there's gonna be a thick echo on it, and like a piano. You know what? Do you know the videos
good.
I'm talking about, like on YouTube?
Kind
and
of.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think sort of.
But I think in terms of synopsis, we should be snakes going on vacation.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Snakes going on vacation.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what all the snakes were doing. They just wanted to go to Maui.
Yeah. I guess
or they were coming back from Hawaii.
They're going to Malibu.
They were going to Malibu.
Yeah.
From where? From Hawaii?
From Hawaii.
Oh, so that couple was on their way back from Hawaii?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So here we go.
Here we are. I was completely confused about why that was happening. But now I'm here.
Okay. Here we go. Son of a bitch. I have to tie my snake shoe. Getting on this plane has been an absolute disaster.
I use Velcro, brother.
Velcro, you're right. I'm going to give you a snake name. Samuel.
Steven. Yes, Steven. My name is Samuel. What are we doing here?
Samuel, we just got back from visiting our folks in Maui.
Maui, owie.
So I don't know why they put us in the back of this cargo bay. I don't know why there's a ticking timer and why this isn't first class at all.
It's almost as if there's someone that's committed crimes. And there's a witness on the plane.
And Samuel L. Jackson
is an FBI agent
who's trying to protect a man
who saw crimes
committed by Eddie Kim's, and he has to testify in court.
But we're gonna
in
get
Los
him.
Angeles.
I smell the pheromones. We're gonna munch him. That's basically the synopsis of the film.
That is basically the synopsis.
So basically, the synopsis of this movie is it's throwing me for a loop having this camera here because I'm trying to interact with you.
Yeah,
but
and I keep putting my face.
We also don't have the microphones positioned in the good way at all.
No.
We really wanted to shoot this in the living room that we have, but people
we have guests.
we have guests until like the end of the month. Mm-hmm. So it's this.
It's this
for now. Yeah, so basically there's this dude who witnesses a murder. Is he just like in a park? He's like in a park and there's someone that's hung upside down that's going to get murdered.
I don't know what. He's drinking a Red Bull going into a house.
Yeah.
And this guy just falls from the sky.
From like a bridge.
Yeah.
Like a pedestrian bridge.
Yeah.
And then these guys like come out to him and they shoot him in the head. Or no, they don't even shoot him in the head. They beat him with like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Is it Eddie Kim that does it?
Eddie Kim
Kim's
comes
the guy
out
that does the
white.
beating.
Yeah.
It's like a Walking Dead kind of. It's like a Negan moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Guy witnesses it and goes into witness protection.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were your favorite parts of this movie?
My favorite parts of the movie were the snakes that were on the plane. I have to say. Did you have a favorite snake? I think is a good question.
Did I have a favorite snake? I like the one that bit the guy in the butt.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he ended
fun.
up being okay.
I also had no idea that Kenan Thompson was in this movie.
Yeah.
It was very fun to see that Kenan Thompson was in this movie.
Yeah. And my boy, whoever the pilot was, I forget his name. Like his
yeah.
But he's
in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's look up the cast list really quick on this.
Yeah.
I should have done this before.
So my favorite part, I think, in this film is when the anaconda eats the guy.
Yeah, I like that too. After he like punts the dog over.
Yeah.
And he's like, that'll hold him for a while.
That was instant.
Alex and I were wondering how long the dog was gonna last.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that the dog was gonna kind of be like a total badass and like take on all the snakes.
I mean, he scared them all off. The little Chihuahua
He
scared off the
did,
little snakes.
and he probably could have scared the anaconda, but he just didn't have the chance. It
No, he just got thrown at him.
was cruel.
It was very, very cruel.
By this random guy that we don't even see much of in the rest of the
we
movie.
don't see him at
Like
all.
he just sits
His-
around and he's like upset the whole time.
His
Basically,
job is to be snake bait.
yeah,
That is his job.
literally. The guy who is the pilot is David Kochner,
David Cockner.
who we have seen in a lot of stuff. I keep moving this microphone around all over the place because I just can't get comfy. Darn it!
Careful with the wires. Careful with the wires.
I'm trying.
So yeah, we're just gonna general discussion. Did you like this movie?
I did like this movie.
You did.
I had a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Why did I have this? Because it's just snakes on a plane. You know? I liked the characters. I liked Jesus Christ. There's only so much you can say about this movie. Like, it's snakes on a plane. I thought it was very unique just how many snakes there were on this plane. I thought the kills were fucking brutal in this movie.
The kills were brutal.
The kills were
like mouth foaming.
When the first couple that's like they're joining the Mile High Club and they're fucking on this airplane, and like as they're dying, the girl gets like bitten right on the nip.
Yeah.
By the snake. That shit was.
There's a guy who loses his dick too.
Yeah, a guy gets bit right on the dick too later.
Yeah.
It's
Not
just
good.
brutal. The kills were good. The kills were creative. What else? Like Sam Jackson was great in it. He says the iconic line that I had seen before, but it was very fun to have the context for it.
Yeah.
Which the context wasn't really needed because
No,
he explains exactly what the problem is.
He's tired of the snakes on the plane.
motherfucking plane, dude. Like it's just too much.
It's way too much. And also this plane is absolutely goated.
Yeah, why is this plane a
plane-
hotel?
It's a mansion. It's literally a Holiday Inn.
What's going on? Like, what?
There are multiple winding staircases from what I can.
Yeah, is that a
From
thing?
what I can tell, there are three
like
floors.
anybody
in this
that's
plane.
has anyone been? I've been on a plane that had 2 floors before,
I have not.
but it was like another floor. It was a floor that like went down to the bathroom. It wasn't like a totally different like section of the plane necessarily.
No, dude, it had a fucking like museum style fucking like skylight.
There was a whole ass atrium in the plane.
It looked like the Titanic. Like it was cool.
Yeah, and it was like crumbling apart really easily. Like it did look like the Titanic.
It did.
It was very strange.
It was giant, and people were like, "Oh, coach," and I'm like, "These are nice fucking."
Yeah, the
seats.
coach seats looked the exact same size as the first class seats. They just were a different color.
Yeah, basically.
You know?
They're a different color. I honestly feel like there was less space in first class.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
It seemed like coach was a party up in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you have a fucking atrium in the plane, your coach better be fucking nice too.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, what are we doing?
So there are a lot of little characters, not little characters, but different characters,
Yes.
that are introduced. Like this, the ensemble is gigantic.
Yeah, it's a big ensemble cast that I didn't necessarily expect there to be such an ensemble cast for this movie.
Who are your top three?
My top 3: Sam Jackson. I liked the lady flight attendant that he was hanging out with.
He's so gonna bone.
Yeah, they seemed very
gonna
interested in
smash
each other.
so hard.
Was it? It was Claire Miller was the flight attendant's name, played by Juliana Margulies. I'm pretty sure that was her. Mm-hmm. And then Kenan Thompson, because he's Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think are my picks personally.
I appreciated the guy who was under protection. I feel like because he was just ready to jump in. He's like, "Fuck this." Like,
Yeah,
this
he
is
wasn't
cool.
very utilized.
He wasn't.
Like he kind of did stuff.
There were a couple things that I feel like you could have taken this movie to that would have been cool.
Like what?
Like Sam Jackson for sure could have, like when he shot him at the end, wouldn't it have been nuts if he was on Eddie Kim's payroll?
Yeah, and at the end he just dips.
Yeah, he
He's
just like
runs away.
He like gets in his ear and he's like, "Sorry."
What would be the point of
Had to do it to
defending
you.
him from the snakes?
That's a good question. Maybe so he didn't die.
That'd be funny. He's like, they didn't tell me that it was gonna be fucking snakes on the plane.
Yeah. They said it would just be rakes on the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
I misheard them.
Leaves.
Leaves.
Yeah. They thought the guy had a pollen
But I mean, like,
allergy.
you could have done that. You also could have just had someone randomly on the plane been there to kill. I also kind of thought that they were gonna, because okay, so I saw this movie when I was very, very little. Mm-hmm. I do not remember this movie. Have you seen this movie at all?
I'd never seen this movie before. Okay. Did they explain why the kickboxer guy was on the plane?
No, but I was just about to say, I'm like, what if he was like Eddie Kim's brother?
Well, that's what I thought it was gonna be. I thought there was gonna be like snakes on the plane, but also like a hitman dude.
Yeah.
But instead, like, they just had the kickboxer guy so he could like catch a snake once.
And like carry a woman to safety.
And carry a woman to safety.
He didn't even get to fight anyone.
But they had a whole like backstory scene thing for him. Didn't they?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe they didn't. How did it get explained that he was a kickboxer though?
Because the flight attendant was like, "Oh my god, you were in that kickboxing competition. I also kickbox."
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
For some reason, I remember there being like a whole scene with him getting called by somebody to go somewhere.
Right.
But I must just be making that up.
I know. The scene where it's not like a flashback, it's like Eddie Kim being like, "This plane's about to get fucked up."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, and I also really like the old lady flight attendant, the old lady flight attendant.
Yeah, she was great. She goes too quick.
She was precious.
Yeah.
She is in
Save
some
those
of my
kids.
favorite horror movies. I think she's in a lot of the Insidious movies. In this one of the scariest movies I've ever seen to this day. It makes me like kind of like ugh. She's in what is it? I think it's just called Devil. But it's like about like the devil's in an elevator with like 8 people.
Oh,
And
you've
you don't
told
know.
me about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really freaks
Or
me
I've
out.
been told. I would think I was told about it as a child. Yeah.
No, it would like play on cable, and I used to be like, "This is the scariest thing I've ever seen."
And what's the thing? Like they have to like eliminate people or?
No, like the people just keep dying, and they don't know who the devil is.
Oh, but one of them is the devil.
Yeah, one of them is the devil.
And they're stuck in the elevator.
Yes, they
Okay.
can't get out.
That came out around the same time as Snakes on a plane, right?
Probably a couple years later,
Yeah.
I think.
Interesting.
But still, I think she's.
Was she the
excellent.
devil?
Yeah.
Oh, who would have known?
Sorry if anyone hasn't seen it and wants to watch that movie.
Damn.
Not that it really matters. It's
How could you?
well over 10 years, 15 years old, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Sam Jackson a lot too.
He just has. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy today. I'm so sorry, everyone. He has the most to do.
Yeah,
You know.
he has the most to do, which still isn't a lot. I actually really like the stuff that the pilots kind of deal with too in the cockpit.
Yeah, that stuff's fun too.
I think that's really, really fun. You could have probably spent a lot of time in there with that sort of thing. And then there was like, I was so excited to see Flex Alexander because I haven't seen him in a million years.
Yeah,
And I had to show Luke the theme song to One on One because I think it's so funky.
which was quite good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That theme was quite good.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's so funny because like it's like everything happens in this movie and then nothing happens. It's like there's like the big scene where all the snakes get loose in Coach and more than 50 people die.
Everyone's getting killed.
And it's awful and bad.
Who do they even have to like?
The camera just turned off.
So our,
Why did it say bye
our camera, when our camera dies, it says bye bye. This new camera that we got, we'll end up shooting probably for next week's podcast.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna have to end up happening because we didn't have enough time to charge it today.
No.
So now we're back and fully charged. I was getting thrown for a loop with the camera there.
Wow, your
was
whole
really afraid.
attitude just changed.
Well, because I was so
honestly.
worried about it dying there. And then it did, and now I guess we're not using that footage anymore.
We're gonna use some of it.
We'll use some of it.
Yeah.
Well, we should have used it to give a shout out to everyone. I guess we did kind of in the beginning,
Yeah.
but like an official announcement.
It's okay.
Oh well, what can you do?
We'll use some of that footage. We'll put something out. People just need to see our faces.
Guys, it is crazy how much my demeanor completely changed
Yeah.
from that
His
camera
attitude.
dying, dude.
He's like looking at me now, having a conversation.
Well, it's because
with
I
me.
can look at you now. I don't have to make sure that my face is still in frame for the camera. The angle that we picked, I wasn't happy with. I want to have it set up in the actual room, you know, where people aren't constantly walking through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
just not fun.
It's a busy household, man.
It's been too busy recently.
And it's about to get a lot busier, but we'll discuss that later.
That's true.
So yeah, man. What were we saying? Oh yeah, like there's really just the big scene where all the snakes get loose, and like it's so like everyone's death is fucking nuts and gross and grotesque and like
Yeah, I really
nasty.
didn't expect the kills to be so gruesome.
Yeah,
Like they were really fucking gross.
yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting.
it was nasty. So you get that for like 15 minutes. And then everything really settles down outside of them being like, what
What are we gonna do about the snakes?
Yeah, and the anaconda falls through, but they just go upstairs and really everything's fine. So like the action in this really isn't super duper.
It's like a big bang at the beginning, and then they're all like trying to figure out how to get out.
Yeah.
I like how the snakes. Like, there's so many snakes on the plane that they've like gotten into the engines, and they're like weighing the. They're making it like less efficient to fly the plane. Like the engines are gonna overheat and die.
They're coming through all the panels. And
Yeah,
shit,
if they go
like-
too quickly. I like when the big snake's coming through and it just falls through the random skylight that exists. Like this artificial skylight that they've created.
It's nuts.
Strange.
Excuse me. So, how did you think this movie was going to end?
It ended basically exactly how I thought it was going to end.
Yeah.
With them not getting killed by the snakes and getting off the plane. I didn't expect for them to blast a hole through the plane.
Through
though.
the plane, yeah.
Yeah.
They had to add to it, I think. Otherwise, it would have just been a nice, crisp landing.
Yeah, because it was not only a snake on a plane movie. It was also an engine failure movie.
Yeah.
Or an engine like a plane failure movie. Like I still don't really understand how the like did they ever really explain why the air conditioning isn't working anymore and why the air's not recirculating?
They said some motor went out.
Because there's too many snakes.
Everything is because there's too many.
Yeah,
snakes.
there's a limit, you know.
Why aren't there any chips? Too many snakes.
There's too many snakes. They didn't have any blades or anything even for the first class people.
No, they only had sporks.
They spent too much money on the atrium, dude.
Way too much money on the atrium.
It was crazy.
And fucking the only FBI agent got his gun stolen when he pulled
But
it
then
out.
he stole it back.
I guess, but
He stole it back right away.
what
Keenan Thompson talked his guy down, and
But what kills me is that like they're like, you can't fire that gun because of the pressure in here. And no more than 10 minutes later, this girl's like, I'm a pyromaniac. Here's this thing to create
Yeah,
a
what?
fucking fire.
what? We're gonna light a fire on this plane? I'm like, Sam Jackson's
In
gonna
the
melt.
engine room.
Yeah, he's gonna melt all the wires in the
Yeah.
engine room.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous. I don't know why they didn't keep using the axe that they had.
Yeah, you're right.
They
They had
left.
the axe.
They also left like the huge trap door that existed in the Are they that big in real life?
The cockpits?
Well, not the cockpits, but like the little grate thing they open, and there's that whole thing down there.
I mean, that would make sense, right?
To be that big, it was like a 12-foot drop.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like there's no way.
I mean, I don't know what kind of plane that was or if that's a realistic
Neither
ass
do I. It was a
plane.
hotel plane.
It was a
It
hotel.
was a South Pacific Airline.
Holiday Inn
flight.
121.
Yeah, exactly.
That was crazy. So yeah, the pressurized thing I thought was kind of silly. It is still kind of crazy how horny this movie is, though.
This movie's so horny, dude.
It's super
Everyone
horny.
wants to fuck everybody.
Yeah,
And there's sex at the beginning, too.
yeah. There's full frontal.
Yeah.
And then
We see a dude's dick.
the flight
Just not the
attendant-
head of the penis.
Yeah.
Because it's being engulfed by a snake.
Yeah, he's getting his sploing yoinked.
Yeah, and he was like talking about how big, like to himself, about how big his dick was when he was
Yeah.
pissing.
He was like, "Come on."
You ever
big
do
boy."
that? You ever call your own dick big boy as you're pissing on a plane? Also, standing up pissing on a
Yeah,
plane.
yeah.
That's fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
You're so
This
right.
man regularly pisses all over the place and does not give a
That's
shit.
he's one of the guys that gets it all.
I
over the
feel like
fucking
that's how
toilet seat.
he's overcome. I feel like he used to have like bathroom insecurity because his aim was bad, or like the pressure in his dick makes it spray everywhere. So now he's just like, it's okay because my dick's big.
Yeah.
So it's really, it doesn't matter if my piss gets everywhere because I got a hog.
Because like,
You know,
I have a snake.
I think it's one of those. I have a snake on this plane.
That's funny. And then like There's the flight attendant who wants to fuck that guy, has no idea what he did wrong, and is just like, I want to fuck him.
Yeah, she's like, it's so brave that you're. I really, you say that you thought it would have been cool if Sam Jackson's character was a double agent. I wanted that flirty flight attendant to be an assassin.
That would have been.
This
cool.
could have been like a bullet train kind of thing,
Yeah. Oh, dude, Bullet Train with snakes, man, that would have been. Lit.
There was a snake on Bullet Train.
There was. You're so right. The
Yeah,
crazy venom. Yeah. All it needed was one snake.
Yeah, all this plane needed was one big snake. Snake on a plane. Yeah, because it was. I feel like that was a bit of a missed opportunity with that girl. I feel like it would have been cool if she was the one that, because they never find out like who opened the door thing for the snakes to get through.
Yeah.
Like who did all that stuff? Like who helped smuggle the snakes onto the plane? I think it would have been.
Well,
cool.
they kind of did. They had like the cargo.
Well, yeah, the
guys
guy
or
that they
whatever.
sold. Yeah, that's true. The cargo guys, I guess, were the ones that did that. But it would have been cool if there was a flight attendant on the plane that was like, that had like the fucking serums on them.
Eddie King probably had a conversation. He's like, I have this idea
Yeah.
to flood this snake with, to flood this.
Yeah, I'm gonna flood this snake
with
with planes.
I'm gonna flood this plane with snakes, and I need someone to be on that plane.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, no, no, thank you. I appreciate the offer. No thanks.
But anyway, I think it would have been really fun to have that girl be a double agent.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Would have been cool.
That would have been cool. And I do think the most surprising thing was Homeboy getting shot at the end.
Yeah, that
My
was
mouth
very
was
unexpected.
agape. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I loved it when that random snake came out of nowhere and was like, gotcha.
Gotcha, bitch. So that was really good.
It was also fun seeing all the snakes try to fuck the lays.
Yeah, just wrapping them up.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
They're just like, yeah. They got them all horny and mad,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. There's just snake jizz and venomous bites everywhere.
Jesus. Yeah, the snakes that were like spraying venom, they sprayed the venom onto that one guy and his eyes started foaming up.
Ugh.
That was fucking great.
That was fantastic.
So your favorite kill was the anaconda one?
I think so.
I think my favorite one / one of the most disgusting ones was the dick one.
Yeah.
Also, can we talk about that old woman that was getting pleasured by the snake in her dream?
Snake went. I thought
woman was.
I thought that snake went in her coochie.
This woman
bro.
was sleeping on the plane, and there's a fucking snake that starts crawling up her leg,
This is right before everything goes down.
and
now.
she's like,
I've never heard a more real moan for real though in a movie.
yeah, it was.
She's like, oh.
it was unhinged, dude. And we see the snake crawling up from under her blouse.
She like opens her shirt and it's like, surprise! I
It was
didn't
horrible.
want your titties. I want your
It
face.
would have been worse if it was a rattlesnake.
Oh my god.
That would have been the worst. I couldn't. This movie. You guys, the snakes and the sex. I didn't expect the amount of like sexual like tension on this plane.
I honestly though I could have. There was also so like how like the 90s were super horny with their movies.
Yeah.
Early 2000s horror movies specifically. It's all fucking.
We're also really horny.
Like the 90s I feel like had a lot of sexy drama. You know what I mean?
Because that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, shut up. I'm just saying though, like sexy 90s
Yeah, I
drama
agree
was a
though.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the early 2000s it was like crazy horror sex where everyone's oiled up and running through the woods and everyone's topless and having sex between murders.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like I guess what I'm thinking of specifically is like the remake of Friday the 13th.
Was there a lot of sex in that one?
Yeah, and the Hills Have Eyes. The Hills have The Hills Have Eyes. I believe it's that one. Is the craziest death scene in anything I've ever seen.
Really?
There's a woman who has like breast implants.
Jesus, okay.
And she's like strapped to a wall, and he cuts off her boob,
Do you see it?
takes the implant, and starts eating the implant.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
He eats the silicone?
Yeah, I was like 11 when I watched that.
Jesus Christ. Like in front of her?
Yeah.
Jesus.
She's like screaming her head off. He's like, rah, 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 rah.
The camera's off so you guys can't see my face, but I'm wincing. I don't like that at all.
But that is the craziest death scene I've ever seen, I think.
Damn.
Do you remember like a death scene outside of this movie that you really enjoyed?
I thought the death scene in Halloween, that's the one with Michael Myers, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The garage door death scene, I think, is a pretty good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the original?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the original one.
I guess.
Or no. Actually, I'm a total liar. That's
talking about
that's
Scream?
that's Scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I like that kill.
That's a good one.
That kill's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that is a good one. So yeah, guys, I don't know. You could get into the weeds with this movie if you try really, really hard.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
How many snakes do you think you could have fought before they overpowered you?
0, not 1.
You couldn't have gotten one snake?
I couldn't touch one snake.
Are you too afeared?
Yes, and
They had that
I don't-
FBI agent that was horrified of snakes.
Yeah.
How did he end up dying? He just got munched.
Yeah, he got munched.
He got a standard munch.
Yeah. I realized I don't like touching gross things.
You think a snake is gross?
I feel like reptilian
It comes
skin
from
is
the earth.
nasty. It's nasty. They look slimy and scaly, and I don't like it. And I discovered this today, actually, that I was like, Alex, you're not good at touching gross things. Because I was walking a dog today, and I didn't tell you about this. Well, yes, I did. Did I tell you?
The poop thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But tell the audience.
Yeah, so I had to pick up this dog's poop, and I'll be very honest, I've never done that before today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've
Wow.
never walked a dog and picked up poop. The first one was okay. I had my headphones on. It was solid shit. It was cool. I'm walking this dog a little bit more. Dog takes another poop, and it's just a little bit more watery than the first one. And I see how watery it is, and I'm like standing there. I'm like, maybe it'll dry up a little bit. I'm like, maybe
I'm
it'll
gonna give it a quick Brooklyn 5.
I really wanted to, but then people were passing by, and I was like, dude, you gotta pick it up. You gotta pick it up. And I start like going for it in like instant. But I'm like, good boy. And I'm like gagging through the whole thing.
That's hilarious.
And it was so nasty. And
You're a hero, Alex.
but I did it because he's a good boy.
He is a good boy. Little Riley.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I could handle one snake. If one like jumped at me like that and I grabbed it, I would let go immediately.
What's the largest boa constrictor that you think you could beat in a fight?
I'd say one of them like 11-foot ones.
You could you could kill an 11-foot one?
Yeah, but what are the parameters? Like, can I sneak up on it?
You're gonna try to sneak up on it?
Yeah, on a bow gun? Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like it's gonna.
Do I have any tools?
No, you square up. It's just like you and it, and you're facing each other.
But I can't have any tools.
No.
So what if I'm wearing shoes? Can I take off my shoes?
You can have a 1-pound rock.
Done. I could kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could
11 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't take a 20-foot one. I could take one that's like a couple extra feet bigger than me.
11 feet is a couple
Couple.
extra feet.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm 8 foot tall.
Yeah, you guys saw the video. You know.
Even when I'm sitting down, they're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, Alex is looming over me right now. I'm actually really uncomfortable. He makes me sit in this really tiny short chair.
So what size snake could you take?
I was gonna be like conservative. I wasn't thinking the rock thing. I was thinking like a 3-foot snake.
Okay.
I could confidently kill.
Yeah. Have you ever killed
11
a snake?
feet? No, I've never killed a snake before.
I have
you?
killed a snake.
What, do you use a shovel? You like chop it?
Yep.
Mm.
Exactly.
Like a garter snake?
Yeah, it was a garter snake.
Why would you do that?
I didn't know. I was scared, and my grandpa was like, "Go out there and get it." And I
Go
was
out
like,
there and get it. A little garter snake could have kept pests away from your home.
Oh, I don't live there anymore. That snake's been dead for 15 years now. So.
That's why snakes on a plane happened, Alex.
Yeah.
It was retaliation.
Oh, we didn't even, there is like the scene too. The other part of this film that I like is the FBI agent who's on the ground trying to like prep for the landing.
Yeah, figure out where to get this anti-venom.
Yeah. And like they go see this guy and he's like the only illegal snake dealer in LA. And they're like, well, obviously it was him, right?
Yeah, he has a real monopoly on the industry. He has this pristine warehouse.
That the FBI is aware of this guy, and like the biggest snake expert in the country is also aware of this guy.
Was the FBI aware of him? It seemed like the snake guy knew.
Okay,
more
well, the
about him.
snake guy knows about him.
Yeah.
But
The snake guy's doing some. The snake guy working with the FBI has definitely done some shady shit too.
Oh yeah.
If he knows about the dude,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, he has to get a hold of those snakes. How else is he supposed to know about all the?
That's true.
You know?
How else is he supposed to be an expert?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like a gunfight down there, and a snake bites the guy, and they do an interrogation.
And
I'm
they're like,
this is good.
you got to write down every snake, and then I'll give you the antivenom.
I like that bit.
That was a good bit.
I really like
Yeah.
it. And but
The movie took itself a lot more seriously than I thought it would.
yeah, I also think
Honestly.
the goofy thing about it too is the like 2 interrogation scenes is just the FBI agents being like, "I'm not gonna interrogate you."
Yeah, just tell me. And they're like, fine.
Yeah, they really aren't
They're
trying
like,
that hard.
okay,
Yeah.
Eddie Kim's not gonna kill me. Was that his name, Eddie Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was no fear of Eddie Kim, even though I also like how in this world like everyone knew about Eddie Kim.
Everyone.
Like even the children knew he was a fucking murderer. Like
He's like Gaston.
yeah, exactly.
No one kills like Gaston.
No one stomps like Gaston.
I agree.
Damn.
So let's just
Kim. Yeah.
What?
I said Eddie Kim.
Oh, Eddie Kim. I guarantee you, our boy is dead after he got off that plane and went home. He went surfing with Sam
Yeah,
Jackson.
let's
at the
also
end.
talk about that. I really liked that they went surfing at the end and they didn't go to like some crazy FBI like safe house.
Nope.
Did they ever say that he was a surfer? Did that ever come up? In
It
other...
came up a little bit. He
Okay.
was like, "I didn't take you for a surfer," and he's like, "Well, yeah."
Yeah, I did think some of the snake like prevention measures that they took on the plane were fun. Like when they go to the second floor and they blow up that whole raft and it perfectly like clogs up the
Yeah.
like circular stairwell area
Yeah.
on this cruise ship plane.
That also has an elevator in it.
The plane had an elevator?
Yeah, that's how he gets down to the fucking area of the.
Does that exist? What?
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it had an elevator so that he could go down to the electrical room with the fucking.
What kind of planes? No, airplanes do not have an elevator for people. However, they have stairs. This is from Quora. However, they do have stairs that passengers can use to get from one level of the plane to the other. The stairs are usually located at the back or side of the aircraft and provide access to upper decks or cargo holds.
I see.
Hmm.
Luke, I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yes.
I gotta poop.
You got to poop?
Yeah.
Sounds like we might have to wrap this podcast up.
Yeah, we do gotta wrap her up. There's not too much left to say about it, though.
No, not
I don't
really.
think. So beef score.
Beef score?
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a... This feels like a Checkers standard cheeseburger to me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel
Like
that.
well cooked, greasy. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Medium Coke.
I feel like this is a shitty meatball.
Shitty meatball. Just one.
Just one.
Like one really big one.
Yeah, one big one.
But it's got like
that's
a bunch of different
That's like
meats.
supposed to be impressive.
Yeah, it's
and
like
just
lamb
like-
and pork and rattlesnake and alligator
But like
and
still,
chicken
still, no one thought to
and
season it.
turkey.
No
yeah,
one, you
just a
know?
blob.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No different textures and gaminess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to shit on this movie because it does have it has its moments and it's a cult classic.
You know
for
what's
sure.
crazy about this movie?
Hmm.
This movie has a higher critic score than audience score.
Really?
This movie has a 69 from critics on Rotten Tomatoes.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And a 49% audience score.
That's nuts, man. So, I'm gonna set this at 3.5.
Wow, a 3.5 for Snakes on a Plane.
For Snakes on a Plane, Sam Jackson, as always, is just a showstopper, and it's just, he's on everyone's ass, as he should be. He is doing his character that he knows how to do,
Yeah.
and it works. The fun side characters are cool. The deaths are crazy cool. Yeah, I think that's kind of where my 3.5
Nice.
comes from.
Nice. I'll give it a 4.2.
Okay.
Maybe that's a little too low for Snakes on a Plane, but it's snakes. They're on a plane. That's pretty much the movie.
That is pretty much the movie.
I thought we would have a lot more to say about it
I kind of did too.
than what we have.
We did. It took us. We started watching it last night, and then watched some this morning.
We got too sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot going on.
Yeah, it's been crazy,
So
which we'll talk about in just a minute.
yeah, very excited stuff.
We have any hopeful sponsors, Alex?
Oh, we should have hopeful sponsors.
Let's hear it.
I would like to be sponsored by Magnetic Sand.
Ooh, what does magnetic sand do?
Magnetic Sand. Sometimes you would go to the doctor as a kid, and you would go to the doctor's office, and they would have like the big glass table, and they have like the metal things you would put under it, and the sand would move. I feel like that could legitimately keep me entertained for weeks on end.
Nice.
I kind of wish we had a
So
coffee
you just
table
want
that
one of
was
those
like that.
tables. Yeah.
I think that would be really cool. So I want to be sponsored by Magnet Sand Tables.
Nice.
I don't know who makes them,
Damn.
but I want one.
Mine is once again going to be related to the heat that we're experiencing. I want silent AC units. AC units that are completely silent. Am I describing central air? Yes. But I want a little unit in my room that is completely silent, and when I turn it on, it doesn't go. And then that way I'll be able to sleep super easily with it on. We can record the podcast with it on, and my ass won't be sticking to my chair.
Dude, look at my goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps because of how bad I have to shit.
Yeah, Alex has goosebumps because he has to shit so bad. So those are our hopeful sponsors: Magnetic Sand and silent AC units that aren't central air.
Absolutely. And I might throw this, what we're about to talk about, at the beginning of the podcast.
Let's do it.
So if you're hearing something else right now, like the theme song, just assume that it's
over.
Yeah, it's over.
Thank you guys for attending our seminar on snakes on planes on the Bucket of Beef show.
So we can really officially say that we're doing a show.
Yes, we are.
Yes, that we're officially doing a mini series, web series. We're gonna try to knock out 1 to 2 episodes, and we're gonna do it over the month of August. And we have a director, we have cinematographers, we have producers, we have all of this fantastic stuff, and everyone is doing it for free. However, because everyone is doing it for free, we want to make sure that we can at least feed people on set. So this is where we're going to ask for some support from our audience. We already have our Patreon at patreon.com/Bucket of Beef Show, where we will be using the money you sent our way to make sure that we are feeding our cast and crew. So if you're already subscribed to the Patreon, don't worry too much. If you would like to donate more, you are more than welcome to do that. We're going to send out a GoFundMe link for people on our Bucket of Beef Show and our personal pages. And I think our goal that I have set is like $300.
It'd be great if we could shoot past that.
Yeah. We're working through budgets and stuff. It's stuff that me and Luke have never really done, and we're lucky to have some fantastic people in our corner to guide us through these types of things. We're just looking for additional support just to feed people. That's all we're looking for.
Yes.
And we're talking we're gonna get bagels and breakfast and coffee, and then we're shooting at a deli one day. We want to make sure we can get everyone sandwiches, and just so you guys know where that stuff is going towards.
All toward bellies.
Yeah. So we will be posting about that shortly. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 24th episode of the Bucket of Beef Show.
The Bucket of Beef Show.
Oh yeah. My name is Alex Morrison.
My name is Luke Hodson.
Don't do that. Do I sound like that?
No.
Am I going to listen back and be like, he lied to me?
No.
I'm going to trust you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you on 25.
Bye.
Bye. Hit him with the outro. Ending of the pod.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
Beef.
Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the bucket.
Bottom of the bucket.
Yeah.
Beef.
Seasoned to perfection.
Divine.
Too wet.
Beef.
It's a masterpiece, baby.
Beef.
Ew.